Okay. So here's another technique that I use. I mentioned this in the last short, but I want to elaborate more on it, right? It's called the never have I technique, right? So when I was about 14 years old, I remember Brandy had a song called Never Say Never, something like that, right? And then it just made me think about how, like, people all the time used to say never say never, never say never. And I was like, why? They be like, because it happened. So I learned to use never have I ever to work for me, right? So when I was about 14, I had a journal. And I made a never have I ever journal. And it was all about things that I wanted to do. And it was like tedious stuff. Because just imagine I'm 14, it was stuff like, never have I ever had a boyfriend. Never have I ever had a kiss. Like, these were all those things, right? And it was probably at least 3 pages full of never have I ever, right? A year later, I went back and looked in that journal, and every single thing in that never have I ever journal came true. So this is one technique you can use to manifest things that you want, because all it's about is tricking your nervous system into believing you could do something. That's it. Because so many times you've done things the wrong way, right? So when you do things any way out of the norm for your nervous system, it's gonna go into like fight or flight. It's gonna go into fight or flight mode to the point where it's gonna give you anxiety and it's gonna make you feel like it's not possible. So this is why a lot of times people will self-sabotage. So what you have to learn to do is create techniques to trick your nervous system into believing that you can have things that you really can't have, but it's just that you're not used to having those things. You know, if you've lived in the hood all your life, and you know you have aspirations to live in a mansion, you got to figure out ways to trick your nervous system into believing it's possible, especially if you ain't seen it nowhere in your environment. So like I said, this is one technique you can use. It's the never have I ever technique. Get your journal and write in there never have I ever, and say it like, because it's really, and this is why the never have I ever works, because you never have done these things, right? And it works. You know, if I say right now, never have I ever walked in a mansion. I've never walked in a mansion before. I can say that with real, like, believable senses. Like, I'm trying to find a word for it, but my nervous system believes it, right? But at the same time, I'm tricking my nervous system into manifesting that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so try it.